Had someone the other day ask me, if I'm putting $1 into each of these 15 stocks every month, how do I know if they're actually paying me anything? And that's a good question. Because this Seed of Promise group isn't investing randomly. We're planting something specific in specific soil for a specific purpose. And one of the best ways to evaluate the ground we've planted in is with something called dividend yield. It's not just about whether a stock pays you. It's about how much it pays you compared to what it costs. And once you understand that, you'll never look at your portfolios the same again. In the simplest ways, a dividend yield tells you how generous a company is with its payouts in relation to its stock price. It's a way of asking, for every dollar I invest, how much do I get back year after year in dividends? It's one of the most powerful ways to measure growth potential, evaluate consistency, and build confidence in your stock choices. So what does it actually mean? What does dividend yield actually mean? A stock dividend yield is the percentage of the stock's price that a company pays you out each year in dividends. Here's an example. Let's say a stock costs $100 and pays $3 a year in dividend. That's a 3% dividend yield. So if you own the stock, you're earning 3% on your money before the stock even grows. It's like a bonus return. Quiet, reliable, often overlooked by people who don't understand how real money grows. You're putting $1 each into 15 base stocks every month. That means you're automatically building a diversified portfolio of dividend-paying companies. But not all dividends are created equal. Some stocks pay 1, others pay 4, a few may pay 6 or more, but with more risk. Understanding dividend yield helps you recognize some things. It helps you recognize which companies are consistently paying out. It helps you recognize which companies quietly grow your account in the background. It also helps you recognize which ones are promising stability over hype. It turns you from a participant into a steward. Here's where the wisdom kicks in. A 9% dividend yield may sound amazing, but it could mean the stock is risky or unstable. On the other hand, a 2.5 dividend from a blue chip company that pays every year for decades, that's powerful. That's slow wealth. The goal isn't to chase yield. The goal is to understand how yield fits into your overall growth strategy, especially when you're investing consistently across 15 different companies. When you understand dividend yield, you stop guessing and start evaluating. You're not just hoping your money grows. You're watching it work. You're measuring its rhythm. You're learning the balance between what something costs and what it gives back. This is one of the biggest mindset shifts in the Seed of Promise journey. You're no longer asking, is this a good stock? You're asking, what is this stock actually going to do for me? And once you know how to get that answer, you're no longer investing blindly. You're investing with clarity. In the future, we'll be going over how to strategically get into those more aggressive 5% and above stocks that give dividends. And we're going to go into in the future also about some stocks that give dividends weekly that have a much greater yield, but much greater risk. So we got to learn to balance our portfolio. We're just beginning. So we're getting a foundation set. That's why we call it Base 15. We're laying a foundation. It's going to be solid, steady growth. And then as we have that, we start seeing the momentum, and we start trusting the system, we start learning the ins and outs of those 15. We're going to add another 15. Another 15 in different sectors that are learning and growing. Another 15 in the systems that have higher yield, that have a higher return, and it's a little more risk, that the price may jump high and low regularly instead of being pretty steady so we don't freak out. But by that time, we will have learned to trust the system So when it goes from $500 down to $200, we don't freak out. Oh my God, I lost $300. You didn't lose unless you sold, by the way. Because you've invested in companies that you know will go back. You've invested in companies that are paying you consistently. So your strategy is to go into something that's paying you consistently, that you believe in, that eventually will go back. So the ones that are bouncing, you're comfortable with it. That's why we started slow. That's why we start slow. And as you learn, you start to get that confidence. And then eventually you get into that $5 and $6 and $7 a share. Hey man, I got an extra $100. I'm popping it in this week. But we have to get you started somewhere. So if you like this video, share it. Subscribe. Hit the bell for the next one. And remember, I'm not an advisor. I'm not a broker. I'm just a guy going on a journey sharing what I'm learning to help build my growth. Help build your growth and your wealth. $1 at a time. Not thousands. You'll get there. But $1 at a time. We got to get started. We got to learn as we're going. So which stocks in your base 15 has the highest dividend yield right now? Did you notice any that surprised you once you started looking at them? You've planted wisely. Now let's grow with understanding. Slow is steady, steady is strong, and strong gets you wealthy. See you next time.